into that in a very large way. And so everything I keep on seeing in relationality to a lot of that energy working through that right now in the temperance relationships, I just keep on identifying that this is the energy that feels like that is paying off. I feel like there's almost this space by which I just keep on seeing it, and I feel like it's giving me, what's interesting about it is they're getting better at staying centered, is what I keep on seeing. So I keep on getting like the fact that there's something about the past that bothers them. It's not really, I keep on hearing it's not really bothering them because they're channeling it into the present. They're just moving it. I just keep on seeing, and it's funny too, because the way I was describing it yesterday was like, what does one do with a brick? Like I keep on getting like the fact that they're working through something from the counterpart's past that feels heavy. They're just taking that and they're utilizing it to create something beautiful in the present. It's just a lot of that healthy channeling. So there's a lot of that work that's being done, but I keep on getting, it's interesting because for the moon relationships, I keep on seeing reaffirming, relearning and reaffirming. For the temperance relationships, I'm getting decentering and recentering. And the reason I keep on hearing decentering and recentering is they're not allowing their focus to be focused on the past. They're moving it into the centering into present partnership. Now, for the energy that is deep within divine union, and again, for our purposes, those are those magician relationships that were coming together between the time of Mercury and between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. Can I please get 2 cards, please? 2 cards. We've got here King of Wands in its upright in combination with our Hangman in its reversal. Now, this is very intriguing because what I'm effectively getting right now is the difference between masculine and feminine energy. Now, what's interesting about what we're effectively seeing right now in relationality to masculine and feminine energy has to do with the modality or the experience of working through something outside of partnership as they're going through a maturation process. Everything I keep on seeing in these relationships is built upon the architecture of, and I keep on getting, they're navigating projection. They're literally doing the work to identify the difference between something that feels like it is productive versus projection, with the identification point of the words, what would you have me do? So I keep on getting, if there's something weird, if someone's being weird outside of partnership, and the only thing that's happened, the only thing that's changed in the space of a friendship or relationship is the fact that the energy is centered. I just keep on seeing that when we're going through a maturation process and we say to another person, what would you have me do? And they say, don't change. Like that is the energy that almost like, again, it's the identification point of the fact that there's a maturation progress and like in like a maturation process in action, because it's often articulated by the fact that the transformation has already occurred, right? You can't change. I keep on seeing this energy that's moving in the direction of something they know is energetically supportive to the self. And I keep on seeing like almost working through the frustration and the grief of another person's hard feelings in the space or in the wake of their own feeling of celebration or happiness. I keep on seeing it's painful, right? It's painful and it's profound, but it's just I keep wondering, it's reasserting the energetic conviction as it relates to the positive direction that they're moving towards, right? It's more of like, I keep on getting like it's I keep on hearing like, and they're giving each other those points of confidence. And I keep on getting, it's not even the fact that they're giving each other those points of confidence, they're receiving that same point of advice from energy that prioritizes in the same fashion. Now, continuing to get clarification between our World card in its reversal in combination with our Ace of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with our Empress in its reversal. Can I please get 1 card to clarify? We've got 2 cards out tonight. We've got the 4 of Pentacles in its upright in combination with our Sun card in its reversal. Now, this is intriguing because moving back into the energy and separation right now, the thing I keep on seeing with the energy and separation right now, um, and I feel like it's like to a certain extent, and I feel like this is really interesting because this is more of that combination that we're seeing right now with the fact that Pluto and Venus being like the only planets that are station direct right now. Um, there's a lot of this work that we're identifying in relationality to. Um, I keep on hearing it's interesting because it's like these moon relationships are working through dread, is the best way I can describe it. And why do we see the fact that the moon relationships are effectively working through dread to a certain extent? Because the the space by which I keep on seeing these energies have had to experience modalities, and I keep on seeing like the healing that they have to do in navigating through the projection of past connection, right? This is some energy that is working through healing from a circumstance or situation where it felt like nothing they could do was ever correct. Nothing they could do was ever enough. So a lot of that work, right? I keep on seeing that there's a lot of that clearing that's happening right now in that process of relearning and reaffirming. Because what's beautiful about these energies that I see that are in separation is they're not entirely projecting everything onto past relationship. They're continuing to do the work of understanding that when we dilute ourselves, we move into relationships where it feels like we're not seen clearly. So this is why I keep on seeing that these energies are like moving towards each other in this very direct way, right? And I want to say like almost like it's interesting. It's like almost not. It's like intentionally not necessarily putting one's best foot forward, but instead trying to put one's most honest foot forward, right? Like I keep on seeing that a lot of those relationships or a lot of those modalities or experiences by which they're doing that, I keep on seeing that like that's what I meant about them kind of trying to come towards each other in an unfiltered way, because I keep on hearing like that is the desire for them not to try to sugarcoat something about the self, right? And I feel like there's something beautiful about that because it's a conversation on what it means to be like there's a lot of humility that's coming into those relationships, and I need to point out like this is true humility. Humility isn't about embarrassment. Humility is about the understanding of approaching circumstances or situations always in the state by which we are trying to learn more or to do something better. So that's what I keep on seeing, because a lot of that work is built upon, like I keep on hearing like they're reorienting in relationality to being able to look towards the past, but that ability to articulate and look towards the past is is the ability. I keep on hearing like they're practicing healthy cynicism by looking at something again. They're holding hope for what could be different, but they're building into the space of not allowing like their hope to cloud their reality or their perception of what is occurring. So there's something very, I keep on hearing these are very they're very grounded like partnerships, but I keep on hearing like the groundedness upon it has to do with being well grounded in the self. Now, continuing for a lot of these relationships, these temperance relationships that we're seeing right now, clarification between the Ace of Pentacles in its reversal, the Empress card in its reversal, and the Six of Pentacles in its upright. We've got here the Page of Wands in its reversal. This is a lot more, I got to say, out of all the energy that we're currently experiencing right now, the energy I think that is going through it the roughest has to do with those temperance relationships, because these temperance relationships right now, I keep on getting, it's not just the fact, I got to stress this, it's not just the fact that something is occurring right now in relationality to the experience of the counterpart. It's coming into the understanding that something that occurred to the counterpart feels like it sits directly on the trauma trigger of the relationship. It would feel so indulgent to be able to do something about something from the past, because it almost feels like it wouldn't just be entirely for the counterpart. It would feel indulgent to another's own past journey. But again, this is why the energy is sanctifying the relationship, because they're working through the Neptune lesson. They're understanding that when we touch the past, it becomes the present. And if this is the energy that has worked to heal from the past, this is the energy that is not allowing the indulgence of the self to undo the work that another has worked upon to be able to heal from something. They're allowing it, they're just building into the present. It's a continuation of the lesson of understanding that the way that we heal from the past is not by going back to it, it's by having our hands full of present. So I keep on seeing that's why they're building into the context. I just keep on hearing they're getting better. They're getting better. The energy in separation is relearning and reaffirming, while the energy that's moving deeper into divine union right now is decentering and recentering. They're getting better at staying in the present. Now, for the energy that is deep within divine union, these are those magician relationships. Clarification between our Six of Pentacles in its upright in combination with our King of Wands energy. Ooh, we've got the Seven of Cups in its upright. Now it's very interesting because we've got a lot of six energy on the table right now. But the seven energy is allowing for the context of, and I like the fact that we see a lot of sixes here, but then we're immediately moving into seven, because that's the energy that is like literally in the space of working on moving on. Right? I keep on seeing, it's interesting because they're like, I keep on getting like the magician relationships are already over it. And what do I mean by they're already over it? Which is like, I keep on getting like, if someone is like, I keep on hearing, if someone's asking them like for something ridiculous, they're already over it, is what I keep on hearing. Like the I keep on hearing like the space by which I keep on getting like the space by which something is energetically ridiculous. It's it's literally like I keep on hearing like the energy is reaffirming the fact that they know that it's the right direction because it's logical, is what I keep on getting. It makes sense. It's like the energy that is just moving towards logic. And so I feel like I keep on hearing like it's interesting. It's not like it's interesting because remember how I said the temperance relationships were like attracts like the the magician relationships, and I think it's funny because they're magician relationships. They're like logic attracts logic, which is like I can see this energy that is like, and I keep on hearing the energy that is grounding in the present, because I keep on hearing the energy deep within divine union going through and saying to one another, you always leave yourself open to a healthy conversation, but you never chase after one. And what does that mean, right? Why are they saying you always leave yourself open to a healthy conversation, but you never chase after one? Because typically, I keep on getting, typically, if you have to chase after a conversation, it's already unhealthy, is what I keep on hearing. Like the space by which you have to chase, I keep on getting like the space by which you have to chase someone down for a conversation is already articulating the fact that the conversation itself is already in a space of being unwell, is what I keep on getting. So it's literally like productivity, like it's productivity for productivity's sake. It's moving on. It's like it's the energy, like I said, it's like working through consecutive steps, right? Which is something that feels like it's energetically progressive. So I keep on hearing it's like progressive conversations only, forwards, not backwards kind of thing. Continuing to get clarification. Yeah, and I already got why, because again, and this is why the reason I need to say this is because, and this is what's so hard about some of these magician relationships. Often when we're healing, the song you will hear is I liked you better before. I know that sounds wild, right? I know that sounds absolutely wild. There's energy that would prefer to see us energetically unhealed. And so again, with the King of Wands and the Hangman in its reversal, and I keep on and I keep on hearing unhealed is unreal, right? Which is the space by which if someone knows that they're going in the direction that they know is best for the self, and another person feels like they're energetically broadcasting to them, I prefer you unhealed. This is the energy that says, well, that's not healthy. It's something like that's not healthy. So I feel like that in itself, I feel like the gift that the energy, the magician relationships are moving towards is the space by which they appreciate the fact that they see one another making healthier like healthier choices. And even in the space by which they're making healthier choices, it's amplifying the fact that they're recognizing the fact that they're energetically maturing. And this is, I told you, like this is what happens. Like I keep on getting the fact that we're going, like a lot of these energies that are deep within divine union are going through a pseudo Saturn return due to the fact of Saturn slipping back into Pisces, which is like almost like again, like feeling like they're going through that maturation process. And often what you hear, like the thing about maturation processes is it feels like you're dealing with things that are absolutely ridiculous, is what I keep on getting. Um, but that's why I keep on hearing the ridiculousness is fortifying the energetic direction. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Sun card, the Four of Pentacles in its upright, and the Page of Wands in its reversal. One card to clarify. Clarification coming through right now with the Knight of Wands in its reversal. So, what are we seeing with the Knight of Wands in its reversal? The Knight of Wands in its reversal, and this is what I meant in relationality to the energy that is in separation. I keep on here every time I read for this energy in separation, I keep on getting this like question in terms of somebody being like someone coming towards someone unfiltered and then almost saying to them, have I gone too far? Right? I keep wondering, like, I didn't mean, like, I feel like it's like, I keep wondering, like, the energy almost saying to one another, I didn't mean to offend. And I keep on hearing the energy going, you're not offending, go on. That's what I mean in relationality to the relearning and reaffirming, right? The energy is doing something in a way that they haven't before. They're being more honest, they're being more open. They're immediately, I keep wondering, they lean forward, then they lean backwards and they go, have I gone too far? And someone being like, no, you haven't gone far enough. Continue to articulate, right? So there's a lot of that energy here that I keep on hearing. They're encouraging. They're encouraging each other's confidence. And I keep on seeing the space by which they're encouraging each other's confidence is also simultaneously invested in stepping out of their comfort zone. Welcome to, again, Taurus full moon in Scorpio season, which is the space. And remember how I said the reason that this is so difficult for this energy is because they were healing from someone who was projecting on them. And the hard thing with another person's projections is when another person is projecting on you, they don't hear anything that you're saying, right? They don't, like when someone's projecting, anything you say, another person is reorienting to suit the energetic narrative that they want to create for the self. And that's why I keep on seeing that the energy by which the way that they're healing from situations where it felt like they couldn't do anything right is somebody giving them the benefit of the doubt, which is to say, like, I see this, like, this is what they're giving each other. They're giving each other that encouragement and saying, I'm not, like, I understand the weight of your intention. And if I keep wondering, and I'm not going to I'm going to give, I keep on hearing like they're giving each other the benefit of the doubt in the best way possible, because they're saying like, even if you don't get something correct, I'm here to help you understand it. Right? Like they're helping each other. I told you, these are very, there's a lot of humility in these relationships. And what's beautiful about true humility is, again, humility is about learning as they go, right? They're having that modality together. They're understanding something. There's a lot of tenderness in those relationships. Now, for those temperance partnerships, clarification between our Page of Wands and its reversal and our Seven of Cups. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with our Three of Wands in its upright. This is beautiful. I got to tell you right now, these temperance relationships, I know, like I can keep on seeing that these temperance relationships, there's a lot of feelings coming up. There's a lot of emotionality. But what I keep on seeing for a lot of these relationships is they're understanding. I keep on hearing they're understanding that non attachment does not mean not caring about things. They understand that non attachment means decentering and recentering, which is not letting oneself get caught upon the past, but just focusing on the present. So I keep on seeing, like, again, and I think these two cards are beautiful together. Six of Pentacles with the Three of Wands, right? It's allowing the observation of something from the past to wash over the self and then just moving it back into the space of productivity. So there's a lot of that I keep on getting. There's a lot of that, like like recentering into the present moment, that's helping these relationships work through some kind of volatility energy of the past. I keep on hearing the way we heal from the past is having our hands full of present. Continuing to get clarification for these magician relationships between the Seven of Cups in its upright in combination with our Chariot card. And I got to stress here now, too, we've got a lot of seven energy too now, because we've got the Six of Pentacles up here, and we've got the combination force of the fact that we've also got the Seven of Cups with the Chariot, and the Chariot's also a seven card. Can I get one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our High Priestess. And I like to see, I got to point this out right now. We've got the Empress in its reversal with the High Priestess in its upright. So what do we effectively identify with the combination of those spaces? One of the things that we want to navigate through, I wanted to kind of stress this, it's going through the process. And this is why I'm not surprised to see this right now. Remember when I said that the energy deep within divine union is being very logically focused? They're moving in the direction of logic. This is the work of this retrograde. It's a conversation that they're having with one another in relationality to understanding that not all feelings are alike, right? Just the fact, I keep on hearing, just the fact that we have a feeling doesn't mean that I keep on hearing, doesn't mean that we energetically burden that feeling upon others. It's our job. I keep on hearing that the conversation with the magician partnerships is articulating the fact that it's our job to mitigate between a feeling that we have to navigate internally, like an inside problem, like something that we work on internally, versus something that we deal with externally. And the way that we would effectively be able to articulate and derive which one, whether it's an inside problem or an outside problem, is the space by which you can have a healthy conversation about it, is what I keep on saying. And so this is the energy that keeps on reaffirming the fact that even though they're navigating something that feels like it's ridiculous, like I keep on hearing, like, and this is the thing about it, traumatizing situations will ask us to meet them in a ridiculous place, is what I keep on getting. Trauma Like trauma is like, here's some ridiculous, and I will raise you ridiculous, and we'll just do this like ridiculous raising together. But when we're working towards healing, we navigate the logical. And when somebody is coming towards us in a way that feels like it's trauma informed, what is often the architecture by which we navigate it? We say you're being absurd. You know what I mean? Like you're being absurd. It's the absurdity of something that is amplifying the direction by which one is trying to move because one understands and recognizes what's effectively healing. So I keep on seeing, and this is what I meant. Like, look at these. I just want to show you these magician partnerships right now. And this is the energy that says that when somebody is in a modality by which you can't, like, they're not articulating to another what the problem is, but one sees that there's an issue, right? You can leave oneself open, like the door is open to a healthy conversation, but there's no conversation that can be healthy if you feel the need to have to chase after it. So I keep on seeing that this is the energy keeping composure, like literally keeping composure in the space of another person's emotions, right? And I keep on hearing like the fact that they're maintaining that composure, and I keep on hearing the composure is the space by which another person says, I welcome a healthy conversation, keyword unhealthy, but I'm not going to chase down an unhealthy confrontation, is what I keep on hearing. Healthy conversation, not unhealthy confrontation. And that's what effectively is like, and that's what I keep on seeing in the difference between the energy wanting to resolve something, leaving oneself open to have that conversation versus feeling like they're chasing after someone to figure out what's going on. Because this is like, again, this is often what happens when you feel like you have to chase after a conversation. Hey, chasing after a conversation doesn't feel like a healthy conversation. It feels like an unhealthy confrontation. So that's why I keep on seeing for a lot of that energy, they're just channeling their frustration through one another. And I keep on hearing the beautiful thing about that is they're like, I keep on seeing the energy deep within divine union saying, I'm angry, not at you. like not at you, but at the circle, like at the situation is what I keep on seeing. Like they're articulating their frustration because it doesn't feel productive. Continuing to get clarification between our Knight of Wands and its reversal, our Three of Wands and its upright for those moon relationships. Man, these moon relationships, the thing about it, and I keep on hearing, it's like these energies keep on apologizing. Um, it's like I can keep on seeing. Like I almost see the energy apologizing to each other, and I keep on hearing the energy almost saying, "I'm sorry you're finding me like this." I gotta tell you, these moon relationships, somebody put them through the ringer, is what I keep on getting. Somebody put them through the ringer, you know? Because the thing I'm identifying here, and I just got to stress this, like I keep on like this is like they are rattled, and the reason that they're rattled is because the energy feels like, I keep on hearing, they feel like they just escaped a dance of eggshells, which is again the way you can navigate the force of another person's projection is like no false moves, and nothing you do feels like it's correct, right? And so I can almost see the energy, like almost feeling, I can almost see the energy working to try to apologize for the fact that they're apologizing, is what I keep on like literally it's like the energy that is working on apologizing for the fact that they are always in a space of being apologetic. Like they're literally in the space by which they're like, I hate this. Like, and I almost see the energy saying, I hate this. But the reason they hate it is because they want to be more authentic to each other, you know, and I need to stress this. There's a lot of inner child healing that is going on in these relationships because these are the relationships that are learning through each other how to throw caution at the wind again. I'm going to say that again. They're healing, and this is why I keep on hearing it's like reaffirming and relearning, because they're learning that it's safe to throw caution at the wind again. Continuing to get clarification between our Three of Wands and its upright and our High Priestess and its upright for those temperance relationships. Man, you know what? I like the temperance relationships today are better, are looking better than they have in the last few days. The temperance relationships for like the last like week or so have been really rough. But like I keep on seeing, like, the thing that's important about that is the energy is getting better at building into the present. I keep on hearing the energy that's working through I keep on hearing holding on to the past heals nothing. Holding on to the past heals nothing. And so I keep on seeing the energy that is not letting go of the past, but they're letting the past shape the direction by which they're building into something healthy in the present. And I keep on seeing like the space, and that's what's so empowering about the fact that these are the relationships that are sanctifying the partnership at this time. Because to be able to do this work, not only being able to navigate something upon learning about something from the counterpart that feels like it would be indulgent to be able to heal because it feels like an energetic violation to the care that they express for their counterpart, but they would be really indulgent. It would scratch the itch of something unhealed within them. Their ability to maintain composure through that, and instead to build into the present, I just keep on seeing it's fortifying, it's stabilizing, but it's also like, and that's why I kept on seeing, like, that's what I keep on hearing for like the temperance relationships. I just keep on hearing the same message, which is like the energy not confusing kindness for weakness, right? I see this energy. I keep, every time I read for this energy, I keep on hearing the song, Give Me a Reason, because the energy is like, make no mistake, if someone gives them a reason, they're going to open that up again. But they're not going to be, I keep on hearing, they're not going to be the one to open it. But if there's a reason, they'll be all too eager to do so, is what I keep on getting. Final card for today's spread between our Death card and our Knight of Pentacles in its reversal. Can I get one card to clarify? Temperance. Yep. Oh, I feel bad saying this, because I know if I say this right now to anyone going through this retrograde cycle, and I know you're going to hate me saying it, patience. I know, I know, and I want to say patience with yourself. This is what I mean for these energies deep within divine union. This is not the energy. I need to point this out. This is not the energy putting patience on situations. This is the energy that is being patient with themselves. Understanding patience is the gift we give ourselves on our own journey. Because I keep on seeing, and this is what I keep on identifying, they're always patient, never waiting, does not mean that you're looking towards another person and you're saying, I'm being patient for them. There's nothing more dangerous. I've got to face this. When you say I'm being patient for them and someone else doesn't know you're being patient for them, that is also projection. I'm going to say that again. When we hold patience for someone and we don't notify them that we are being patient for them, that is also projection. Do you think projection? Do you think projection is just looking at someone and thinking mean qualities? No. The shape of projection is when we hold expectations towards something that are not present, with the recognition. You have to understand, healthy manifestation goals are built upon mutual consent. I'm going to say that again. Healthy manifestation goals are built upon mutual consent. And what's interesting about these relationships right now, these magician partnerships, is these are the magician partnerships that are holding hope for something changing outside of partnership, but they're not being patient upon them. Healthy cynicism, which is the space by which they observe that another's ability to articulate upon the changes that they're working to implement is something that is mutually shared. And that's why I keep on seeing that this is happening right now. Because if these are the relationships where they've never been centered in partnership before, like this before, and there's something outside of relationship, someone acting concerning in the face of them doing so. This isn't the energy that says, I'm being patient, I'm giving them time, because this is the energy that catches themselves and goes, no, 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 no. That is also a projection. Because when we look at someone and we say, I'm being patient, but they don't know that, then we're not building into the reality of a person. We're putting our projections of what we aspire them to become upon them. And so that's why I almost see that energy that is learning instead to be hopeful, right? To be hopeful, right? To be hopeful about something. Be like, anything can happen. The world is a crazy place. People change, situations and circumstances adjust, but they're stopping themselves by saying, I'm being patient to that person, because you don't get to do that, baby. You don't get to say you're being patient with someone who doesn't know that you're being patient for them, because that is also the shape of your projection. That's you seeing someone and being like, I don't like what I see there. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. Maybe like we're not cookies. We're not cookies. We're not. We allow for the context of holding hope that something can change. We're patient with ourselves. We're patient with ourselves and our situations and our circumstances. We hold hope. But again, and this is why we say that all of the lessons move through all of the frequencies, because what did we say? And this is how I'm showing you, like, look, that the energy deep within divine union is learning something from the energy in separation. What are they learning? Healthy cynicism. Healthy cynicism, holding hope for the future, but not allowing that hope to cloud their perception of what they see in the present. And it's hard and it's difficult. And that's why I keep on seeing that energy is learning to be patient with themselves as they work to heal through something, not trying to change it, right? You can't go into someone and change how they feel about something, leaving themselves open to a healthy conversation, but also recognizing you can't chase after a healthy conversation, because what happens when you try to chase after a healthy conversation? It becomes an unhealthy confrontation. Bottom of the deck on this reading, 8. Now, I think this is really fascinating, because remember how I was doing this reading. And so if you missed, if you didn't get a chance to see the spread, you'll be able to find it over on the stack when we post the podcast. But we had a lot of 6s and 7s here. We don't see any 8s on the table, but here's our 8, right? Here's our 8. And not only is it the 8, it's the 8 of Pentacles, productive and productive. What feels energetically productive. And so, I want you to recognize that. And I want you to like kind of use that as your like watchword right now, as you're navigating through all of this retrograde energy. Because I got to tell you right now, with all of this energy in retrograde, it can feel absurd. It can feel wacky. But again, when you allow productivity to guide you, then you become the source of productivity, right? And this is what I keep on hearing. This is how we heal. Like I keep on getting retrogrades. Retrogrades are not necessarily negatives. They can be incredibly productive times, right? It can get quiet, but what's also quiet? A library. And what do you do at a library? You get a lot of stuff done, right? So when we heal our relationship, like when we heal our relationship to quiet, to silence, when we allow for that observation of feeling that sense of that sense of stillness, even the stillness can feel like our hands are full, because it's the opportunity. And I like to point this out, like we often have this unhealthy relationship to time when we go through retrogrades and we're like, nothing's happening, and being like, that's a gift. Your hands are full of time right now. You know what I mean? Are you really complaining that your hands are full of time? Do something with it. Like do something with it. Like, let it get out those lists. Get out that project. Build into the context of planning. This is what we talk about. The way we navigate retrogrades like these is always patient, never waiting, which doesn't mean that, like, if something isn't happening, you don't just like tear your hair out and stamp your feet and say, why isn't it occurring? You go work on something else, you know. You allow for that ability to put more things, like when you're building into fruition, then you can always create fruit. It's always the space by which there's more opportunity to create. So if you're feeling a little of this frustration right now, if you're getting frustrated about a situation, turn away from the frustration and say to yourself, how can I make this more fortuitous? How can I make it more fruit? Like, how can I bring forth more fruition? And so that ability of doing so, like, I keep on hearing, allow the retrograde not to feel like it is a frustrating time, allow it to become a copious time. And the way we make situations copious is we work to fill our own cup. And that doesn't mean, okay, that doesn't mean that we become selfish or like hoardy, like don't get all dragony, like, you know what I mean? But it means that we work into the space by which we look at something that isn't working and say, how can I make it better? How can I create the energy that I'm hoping to find in a situation? Because when we feel like things are lacking, then we don't say, why isn't it happening? We say, what do I need to do to arrive to become what needs to become? So allow for that space of productivity to help move you towards the direction that you're moving in, even if you don't feel like it's there. Let that be, like, be your, I keep on hearing, like, let that be the force of your own fortuitousness. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who attended our recent class on the moon card. Our next class will be held on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the sun card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. It's not necessary to catch up. I do my best to give you an update on everything we've studied prior to beginning the next class. But if you wanted to catch up, now's a great time to join. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, you will also receive full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 20 hours worth of material in an ever expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also have access to my mystic meditation articles, which give you updates on what we've been seeing energetically. I just wrote one recently on navigating this full moon energy that we're just out of the wake of. I also want to let you guys know, on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason. as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Also, those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students seeking a more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretations, which can be purchased per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. And we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Nikki. You got our highest gifter today. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Yaz. You came in second, so you will have an additional card in your reading. We are doing one card. We are now doing one card readings for subscribers as well as personal readings. I'm going to take a few minutes to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. I will point out the list today is going to be very, very, very short. So if you'd like to get on the list for a personal reading, please do so sooner rather than later. We are going to start right now with the one card readings for subscribers first before we move into personal readings. And I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. We're also at 39.7K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. All right. And good to see you. Thank you for sharing the live, Dada. How are you doing, Jay, Eric? Good to see you tonight. Thank you as well for confirmation, Rita. Grand Rising, Hannah. Excellent. And thank you, Dada, for sharing the live. Thank you for reposting, Hannah. I appreciate you. And thank you as well, Jay. Minnie, thank you for sharing the live. Sorry, I had to. Oh, no, 6-7. I didn't even realize what I was saying. Oh, that's very funny. Oh, that's wild. These kids. I know. I'm surprised my son's not screaming in the other room. Moving towards logic. Hilarious, because 6-7 has no logic. Exactly. Oh, that's really funny. I've got you, Melissa. One card on my partner. Finally giving, positive energy. We like that. One card for Mel, please. Are they talking to somebody? I feel like they had a heart-to-heart with someone. You know? I keep on hearing you bring up a good point. Um, Bottom of the deck. Wow, this is intense. I feel like somebody had a conversation with them about the fact that they were acting just like somebody, is what I keep on hearing. You know? Like, it's giving me a little bit of cautionary tale. You know? Like, I don't know why I keep on hearing, um I feel like I feel like almost like I almost see somebody who like had a moment where they were like, I just keep hearing them saying, I'm acting just like them. You know what I mean? Like someone who hurt, like it's like I feel like they recognized something about I keep on hearing like haunted by a similar behavior that they hadn't seen before. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the horse. You know? Um I keep on getting the message, like, I feel like it's interesting. Like, I feel like it's interesting. It's almost like one of their guides saying, like, pay attention to who you get advice from. Like, I keep on hearing, look at the life before you take advice, which is to say, if you don't like the shape of a life around someone, you shouldn't take the advice that they're giving you, is what I keep on seeing. You know? Like, and I almost feel like it's interesting because it's interesting that it was a like it's interesting that the horse came up because it almost feels like someone who realizes that like they were getting some kind of advice from like stag energy, or like somebody who's like almost told them how like miserable they are. Like it's giving me somebody like don't end up like me kind of thing. Thank you, Britt, for the follow. We do one cards, yes, but we're doing them now. Good to see you, Nikki. That was a word. Libra, Virgo, Aquarius. Ooh, I like that combo. Whose cards are out here already? I got two cards here. Good to see you, Fig. Libra, Virgo, Aquarius. This time, this can be a little, I mean, the Libra is going to help right now. Virgo and Aquarius energy right now through these retrogrades it can be very hard, you know? No healthy conversation can be had if you feel like you need to chase after it. Absolutely. Also, Sin, I saw the video you were posted on the Greek wives leading the tea live. I know. It sent me. It was so good. I couldn't not post it. It was amazing. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I don't read tea leaves. Um, I mean, I will put it this way. I have not been I have not been taught to read tea leaves, if that makes sense. So, if that, like, yeah. So, I mean, whether I could or not, that's like a different thing. But, I think it's an absolutely beautiful practice. But what's interesting about that, and again, the thing I think about that is I actually think it's coffee grounds. I think that, and again, if someone is more associated with that divination method, I believe in the reading that she's doing. She's not reading tea; she's actually reading coffee grounds, which I find even more fascinating. The trip home was great. I gotta tell you, Figs, it was a long flight, but I love flying. I'm not someone who doesn't like flying, and it was a very pleasant journey, except for like a very like quick like there was a very short stopover that was a bit of a race, but beyond that, it was great. Kimmy, thank you for the follow. I feel like that apologizing for apologizing. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Kimmy, and thank you for the follow. I was just in that phase, but I was apologizing to myself for apologizing to my abuser. Well, I'm sending you so much support, Dada. And like I said, these like that's very characteristic of what we're seeing in separation right now. It doesn't necessarily need to be with new counterpart connection. It's a lot of that, like, hey, like, stop, like, you have nothing to apologize for. I told you, like, relearning and reaffirming. Roots, and I knew you're gonna be upset. Kimmy, I'm happy to read for you on that in relationality to a particular connection in terms of some positive ways to try to build into healthy conversation. Patience is going to be my next pet's name. Thank you as well, Cody. Where is my patience? Where are you? Exactly. Thank you, Catherine. We're doing one cards now, Claire. If they can't meet me where I'm at, I'll let it flow. Tap to claim. That one hit me hard. Thank you as well, Nikki. Must be an epidemic right now. Thank you for confirmation, Kimmy. Yes. Oh no. When you catch it, you don't even want it anymore because you can feel it should have been a given. Tap to claim, Dada. Yep. I just dance by myself and that centers me. Listen, here's the thing right now. Like Kimmy, I would not be surprised. Like, again, anything, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I gotta stress, like, the energy that I'm picking up right now, like, dance is really good to help center the self because it brings, like, you have to be present. You know what I mean? Like, it is a way to, like, ground into the present. I love libraries. My personal church. There you go. I'll take my boombox to the library. I like that. I like that, Dada. And thank you as well for those gifts, Yaz. I have a hard time focusing on myself because I feel either selfish or I'm neglecting loved ones. Do you think your love Here's a question. Do you think your loved ones would be offended by you taking time to focus on yourself? Is that the shape of your inner child healing? Would you like Dada, would you take it personally if someone was taking the time to focus on themselves. If you wouldn't, that's where the compassion needs to come in, right? If it's not too much if it's something that you would not think for a moment to give another person, you deserve it as well. That's not selfish, that is reciprocal. I've got nothing but focus on myself. Thank you for the compliment, Maria. Is it Gucci? No, it's not Gucci. I wish I could afford Gucci. I think that's why I'm forced to be alone now. I have to. I don't. Look, I don't want you to say forced to be alone, right? I want you to say you're making the intentional choice to be alone, right? You could find company if you wanted to, but you're being intentional in relationality to what it is that you're building towards. Da da, you know. And Billy, thank you for those heart knees. Thank you, Yaz, for the roses. Thank you guys for recharging your heart knees. Anybody who's a subscriber who would like an animal spirit guide card tonight, make sure you're recharging those heart knees. I like that. You love it once you get comfortable with it. Good evening, Billy. And thank you for all the roses, Yaz. Absolutely. Thank you, dear. There you go. You said no, you wouldn't. If you wouldn't, then it's not selfish. And thank you for helping me reach my crown goal, Christina. Thank you, Dada, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. I know I appreciate a good gift battle. That was fun. They were so cute too. I always get these cute gifts and I can't stop talking because I'm doing the podcast. I'm like, oh, look at them. Excellent. And thank you again. One card for Yaz. You got two cards coming out right now. Oh, that's why you already had. I was like, whose two cards are these? Yaz, they're your two cards because you're supposed to get two cards. This is I keep getting the same message coming through for you from one of your guides. Your standard isn't too high if you're maintaining it. Right? If you are literally living the standard isn't too high. If you are literally embodying the standard isn't too high because you're proof that that is the standard, is what I keep on getting. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Right? It's not, I keep on hearing your standard should not feel like a concession to another person. Because I keep on hearing when another person holds your standards as a concession, the day will inevitably come that they will resent you for them. I'm going to say that again. When another person decides to uphold your standards, not as an act of joy, but as a concession, the day will inevitably come that they will be bitter about it, is what I keep on hearing. With joy. I keep on hearing with joy or not at all. Animal spirit guide. Yeah. Right? A concession always builds resentment. So the space by which another person says, I did that for you, being like, you shouldn't do anything for me. We do things for ourselves, is what I keep on hearing, right? Not somebody saying, I'm only doing this for you. Like the space by which another person shares our manifestations is not the space by which they say, I only do this for you. We will get to 50K and no, we got to 50K. This is like the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday was like the hill that would not be climbed. I got you, creative. One card on back and forth with them. It's very similar to what I just read for Yaz. Attention, I keep on hearing attention, the energy that wants your attention will but doesn't have the same intentions will like I keep on hearing any type of attention is good attention, even if it's a continuation of an argument. You know, I feel like somebody's trying to continue an argument because they're worried, like without the argument. Like I keep on hearing, like at least I keep on hearing like somebody being at least if we're arguing, they know that you still care. is what I keep on hearing. Bottom of the deck. But here's the thing about it, like, I keep on seeing, like, I keep on hearing, like, make sure that you're not getting I keep like, what are we should never be a question. Like, something healthy is something definable. Something healthy is something definable. Animal spirit guide. Something healthy is something definable, right? Don't let somebody be like, why do we have to put a name on it? You have to put a name on it so you can understand what's happening, right? Because names give things responsibility, is what I keep on seeing, right? Like, don't let someone say that you're obsessed with naming things. Be like, no, you're obsessed with not having responsibility by not naming things, is what I keep on hearing. Yep. I really wanted that reading, but Nikki won this fair and square. You guys did it was a great little battle though. Twas a great battle. I got my adrenaline going. I love it. You know who I've been thinking about lately? Yeah, what happened to Kath? Good point, Bridget. Where is Kath? Kath, one card on connection. Okay, I got you. Connection. Come on. What are you looking for? A sign of your sign? Jesus. Oh my goodness. We were trying to reach you. These are too many cards. I feel like this connection is coming through directly as a result of you healing your relationship to feminine. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. There's a lot of inner child healing happening around something here, you know? And I feel like there's something about that connection that feels directly connected with you being able to heal some like very I keep on hearing healing some very heavy work as it relates to building empathy for feminine energy. But I keep on hearing I keep on hearing it's not it's empowered empathy, right? I feel like I feel like it's almost like I keep on hearing it's helping you heal from a situation where you experienced empathy on overdrive, which is like I keep on seeing the responsibility of an empath. A healthy empath is an empath that doesn't need to work on feeling things more. It's the energy that needs to work on setting healthy boundaries. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, like it's interesting too because it almost feels like, I feel like it's wild. Like I feel like there's some kind of apology coming through. I almost feel it's like I feel like somebody like I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. You know? I it's interesting, but it's like I feel like it really is it's interesting. There's an apology connected to it. Um, but yeah, I feel like the apology is connected to you coming into alignment in relationality to like I feel like you've been shedding a lot of I keep wondering you've been shedding a lot of misconceptions and preconceptions in relationality to like I keep on hearing others' expectations versus your own personal like this is the sound of you trusting yourself is what I keep on seeing, but also holding yourself in like a heightened state of compassion. Thank you, Billy. I hope she's okay too. One card on meaning of the signs I was sent. Ooh. Let's see. um, I feel like the thing about it is like I'm just picking up something in relationality to I feel like you're doubting yourself. Like, the funny thing about it is, like, I feel like there's, like, a little bit of a humor there in terms of you, like, being like, "You need a signier sign?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, "You need a signier sign?" Did you not believe the first sign and you needed a signier sign is what I keep on getting? Yeah, like, how many it's like 4 of wands, like, 4 of swords, like, how many signs? How many si Oh, you're gonna shrug that one off to a coincidence? Good luck with this. How about this one? How about this one? Is what I keep on seeing. Is what why is 4 coming through? I feel like there's something about the connection to the number 4 too. Oh, 11, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that makes sense. One card on love for yep. You did you check the disco? Did you check the disco, my friend? Looking for you. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Can I get one, please, for it's my on love. Auric clearing. I know auric clearings aren't easy. You know, don't match energy. Remember who you are. I can see. Don't let yeah. Like look at this. I feel like I know you're gonna hate me saying this, but I feel like I pick up some green energy around you. You know, and like the reason I've got some kind of green energy is like I keep on hearing your joy does not come at the cost of another's joy, right? I feel like it's like I keep on hearing like I feel like somebody had some kind of expectation in relationality to I keep on hearing in relationality to abstaining. I keep on hearing abstaining from something indefinitely is what I keep on seeing. And I keep on seeing you being like, I never agreed to that. I was like, I keep on hearing you like you weren't abstaining, you were on hiatus, is what I keep on hearing. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, I can see you saying to someone, I wasn't abstaining, I was on hiatus, which is like the difference between someone who's like given up like doing something versus you having like taken some break for yourself, is what I keep on seeing. So I feel like there's something that you're navigating between another person having like I keep on hearing somebody didn't take you away from them, right? You're chasing after your dreams, is what I keep on hearing. Yes. Thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. Grand evening, Ella. I like that. Grand evening. One card, highest good on energetic steps to move forward. I keep on hearing logical approaches to things. You know, I feel like there's something I'm picking up here. I feel like I see you looking at someone who's emotional in terms of saying to them, like, I listen, you know, I want to like I keep on hearing the same message, which says, I want to be there for you, but I don't want to be beat up, which is the space by which you could say have to say to someone like, look, I want to support you, but not in the space of being your emotional punching bag, is what I keep on hearing. Yeah. Yeah, like eight of wands in its bottom of the deck, which wants to stick to the bottom of the deck right now, which is the space by which I keep on hearing we don't like it's almost like helping someone understand that their reactivity Like, it's not okay just to apologize if you're reactive, if you keep on apologizing for the same thing. Because I feel like it's almost you saying, like, the apology lacks meaning if there isn't conscientious change. So how can we do something differently? So I feel like it's almost you like having to come into a space of trying to say to someone, and I keep wondering, like, this is you holding compassion, being like, look, I want to be here to honor your feelings, but me honoring your feelings does not mean I have to be hurt by them, is what I keep on hearing. No, I wouldn't. Thank you for confirmation, Dada. One moment. Boop, boop, boop. Lost my spot. 1 second. And for anybody joining us, we're doing one card readings for subscribers right now. So if you're a subscriber and would like a one card and haven't had one tonight, you can put your question in the comments. If you'd like to become a subscriber, you just need to go and become a super fan. Your super fan status will make you eligible for one cards. My mother definitely takes it personally, sending you support on that journey, Nikki. Thank you for those gifts. Good vibes. Thank you, Ella, for sharing the live. Thank you for those roses, Billy. Dada. Yes, I completely believe that. I only say force because all my closest loved ones. Oh, I'm sending you so much support, Dada. Oh, one card on life. I like that on life. It's bottom of the deck. I've got it right here, Nikki. Um, it's interesting because it's the continuation of what stuck with you in the daily collective, which is a healthy conversation is not chased after, because it becomes a chased after conversation becomes a forced confrontation, which is the space by which you can say to another person, I'm ready to talk about it. I'm also ready not to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about it when you're ready to talk about it. Right. So I feel like it's almost like the space by which you're not chasing after someone to tell you how, like, to talk about something, but be like, I think it would be healthy to talk about it, but I want to be respectful of your feelings. The sun card, right? I keep wondering mutual consent, even in the space of what feels productive or healthy to talk about. And I keep on seeing not, I keep wondering not, we don't read intention into another's emotion. So we don't say, you're doing this, you're doing that. You say, when you do this, it makes me feel like that. Right. So not the space by which we say, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You say, when you do this, it makes me feel like that, right? To help another person understand that how we feel might not necessarily be what they're hoping to achieve in us, but to inform them on how we are experiencing it. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, owl, right? We don't try to suss out why someone's doing something. We let them know how it impacts us, and then we allow them to say, like, when you do this, this is how it makes me feel, so that they themselves can be responsible for changing their behavior, right? Like, moving on to, like, we don't read intention into actions. We inform others how we're receiving those actions. In the past 2 years ago, oh, I'm sending you so much support on that journey, Dada. And I hope this community helps you on that. Yes, the same message that came through from yesterday. Thank you, Yaz. Thank you as well. Good. Like a child, I know exactly who this is talking about, but this person is long gone from my life. So I'm wondering. Interesting. But I feel like it has to do with new connection. I feel like it specifically has to do with new connections coming through too. Yeah, we're doing one cards. We are also doing personals if anyone wants to get on the list. List is very short tonight. Why it's still relevant and they care so much about me. Remembering that. Is there an anniversary coming up right now? Yes, I feel like there's anniversary energy around you. One card counterpart, please. Every time I read for this person. Some things you can't come back from. You know? I keep on hearing they just went through a bridge too far moment. You know? Like, yeah, and like I said, like, I feel like here's the thing about it, like, I see them, I keep on hearing they moving away from something, and they're leaving some skin. I keep on hearing, like, it doesn't matter, it's not worth I keep on hearing, like, I keep on seeing the energy that's like, "Go ahead, take it, I don't care." Like, I see somebody that's like, they're so eager to be away from a situation, they don't even mind taking the hit on it. Like, they're like, it's fine. I don't like, I keep on hearing, like, the clothes on their back kind of energy. They're like, anything I keep hearing, like, anything to get away from this. Animal spirit guide? Yeah, the wren, you know? Like, I keep on hearing, like, there's something about that, like, somebody else, like, anything they ask for, somebody's trying to, like, take them for everything, and it's like, I keep on seeing, like, one of these moments of where they're like, the fact that they've seen some kind of ugly side of someone, I keep on hearing, "Hate to see it, better to know it." I feel like I keep on seeing someone saying, like, there's no amount, like, there's nothing I can give you that is worth staying. Like, it's almost like I feel like it's almost like somebody who keeps demanding more, hoping that someone will change their mind. And it's like I keep on hearing the more demanding, like the more absurd the offer is, the person's just energetically conceding because they're like, it's not worth, like it's like I see the energy almost being like, it's not worth it. Like there's a lot of that. I feel like I see some kind of situation where somebody is healing and I feel like in the way, like I feel like this is the shape of something that someone is healing from in relationality to being able to move towards you is what I keep on seeing. Like I almost see I'm almost identifying some kind of like circumstance or situation where I keep on hearing them say like the feeling. Like, I keep on like, it's interesting because it's like, I almost feel like somebody going to, like, some kind of, like, existential moment where they're like, "You can't," like, I almost hear them saying, "You can't take me from me," which is kind of like I said, like, it feels like they're very much getting to, like, rediscover themselves again, or they're understanding what's energetically important, you know? Thank you, Fig. Something healthy is something definable. Thank you, Ella, for quoting me. One card, highest priority for Hannah, please. You're not alone. I know it might feel like you're alone right now, you're not. You got a huge spirit team around you, but I almost feel like I see that this is you moving towards energy that's in better alignment with you right now. Um, yeah, I keep on hearing sometimes we have to break things to build things, right? The universe hates a vacuum. Sometimes we need to, when we move away from what's not in alignment to us, it can get quiet for a while, but that's the sound of us moving towards what is. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, like I feel like I see you kind of going through some kind of hermit mode, but I keep on hearing, you know, you're not alone if you're moving in the direction of your purpose. Let that purpose guide you. I keep on hearing it's not a pipe dream, it's a plan. A pipe dream that you're at is not, it's not a pipe dream, it's a plan. He's just comfortable with no clarity. It makes me pull away and then he comes running back. Yeah. I feel like that's what I feel like. I keep on hearing the same message around it. Something healthy is something definable because something with a name has responsibilities connected to it. Yep. I love that. I always get more than one. That was a ridiculous amount of cards. I feel like somebody in spirit's trying to reach out to you. There's a lot there. Julia, one card on the energy reader that just read for me. Ooh, okay. It's invasive. I mean, like it can sometimes be invasive. um, I keep on getting the same message. Sometimes sometimes when we clear a block, it can make us feel very energetically exposed. It can make us feel like, I keep on hearing like the raw nerve, um, like the raw nerve of an energetic block being removed can sometimes make us feel very energetically exposed. So I feel like do something right now to like ground. Yeah, you know, I keep on hearing, I feel like this is, did they like clear something? Because this is further confirmation on that, like somebody removing something and then feeling exposed because it's not there. So I feel like it's interesting. I feel like it's like doing some kind of meditation around a blanket of energy, a healing. I keep wondering like a healing blanket of energy, like something that you put over. Like I almost feel like I almost feel like you put over like something that feels like raw or exposed to make sure it feels safe or supported. Um, Animal spirit, the seal man doesn't want to stay in the deck today, right? Safe, seen, and supported. That's the energetic blanket. Like doing things that make you feel safe, seen, and supported right now is going to help in relationality to that because yeah, like I feel it. Like it feels like it feel like I like to point out like it was it. I keep wondering was it an energetic read or were they clearing? Is what I keep on getting. Like that's the difference between someone reading your energy. Like I read it. I don't clear energy unless like unless I'm very clear with someone that I'm doing like that's what the like that's the difference between reading and clearing is the difference between being like, "Oh, let's get rid of that" versus being like, "I sense that that's there." Is what I keep on hearing. And but it feels like an apology for something that the past self had to go through. Is what I keep on getting, Billy. Hi there, cool beans. I hope you're having a great week as well. I did checking time. Okay, cool. Yeah, just let me know if it's not if tonight doesn't work either. I've got availability this weekend too. You just let me know what works, dear, okay? Yeah, I did yours, Nikki. Did you get it? There were exactly Oh, thank you for confirming. So there were 4 signs. Okay, thank you for confirming. I feel like, the thing about 4 is I was this like a sign in relationality to stability? Because I keep on getting it has to do with corners. Is what I keep on hearing. There's something about 4 corners. You're so welcome, dear. General, highest priority for cool beans, please. Yeah, why are they being weird? You know? Um, yeah, it's like I feel like somebody needs to figure out what they want. And bottom of the deck here. Yeah, like this is like I keep on hearing like this is why we don't make rash decisions. You know? I feel like somebody needs to get a better handle on their emotions because when somebody is feeling like rash in their emotions, they'll make like a momentary decision and then they'll be double back on it. I keep on hearing like we work to heal our rashness so that we're consistent with our emotions. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the owl. I feel like it's like a conversation that you need to have with someone in recognition to like a pattern that they might have, you know? Like especially I keep on hearing like especially as it relates to somebody's fickleness, you know? Like I keep on hearing like like I feel like the first time like we always give someone the benefit of the doubt but being like I'm noticing I just want to show you something that seems to keep on occurring. I feel like it's almost like the conversation you're having with someone to try to build some kind of I keep wondering it's hard to trust inconsistent energy. Like someone who's energetically inconsistent to us will then be like, what happened to us and be like, I'll tell you what happened. You were really inconsistent. You know what I mean? Like inconsistent energy will be like craving connection and be like, well, you're not, it's not like, I keep on hearing you don't get deep connection if you're inconsistent. You know, it's like consistency, consistency creates connection is all I keep on hearing. Good call. I just sent Kath a message on the disco. Okay, person. Oh, great. I do feel like that is the counterpart or friend. It's been a tough week. I mean, but I feel like they're going through it too. You know, like that you guys are kind of like, I keep wondering, you guys are in the same boat, you know? Okay, good. Not mine. Yep. Your question's next. Tough with a friend too and tiring. Sending you so much support, dear. I see. Okay. Okay. If tomorrow works better, just let me know, dear. Okay. One moment. And I'll communicate with you about tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. One sec. Oh, we have to do the 50K too. We're already at 63. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. That's a hard one. The list is now closed, by the way. Okay. This sounds like my reading. Ruby, one card on this weekend. Any energetic issues to look out for with my I keep on hearing have like have the day that you're having, not the day that you're expecting. Because I keep on seeing sometimes things not going well turn out better than than you expected. Bottom of the deck, yeah, right? Like something might end up even better. Something might end up even better than you expected. So I keep on hearing, don't get frustrated in a change. Like let it. I keep on hearing like let it serve the higher purpose is what I keep on seeing. Um, Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the seal does not want to stay in the deck right now. Like it's almost like I feel like it's almost like it's funny. Like look at this. Like especially with like the goose. Like I was trying to do that, and a goose came out, which is like I keep wondering. At least they're consistent. You know, like I keep wondering when someone's inconsistent in a consistent way. Even like at least that the inconsistency is the consistency is what I keep on hearing. Ella, yeah, animal for you. I don't know that it's a blank again because it's saying to someone, I'm not here to be projected upon, right? I keep on hearing it's the reason there's no animals to say someone you're being uncouth, right? Like I keep on hearing like that's what I meant. Like there's no animal because I see you saying to someone like the emotions, having emotions is not enough of a reason to treat someone like that. Is what I keep on hearing, which is like there's no reason for it. I keep on hearing there's nothing that you could do in the past that makes you have to be present for another person continuing to berate you upon the past. I keep on hearing you either work through it, you either do something productive to heal it, or you make the decision that you can't. But it shouldn't require you to stay there and just be battered by it, is what I keep on hearing. The awkwardness of the elephant in the room. Yeah, that's a hard one. Thank you, Desert. Probably a Leo thing. I like that. Hi there, Jasmine. Healthy boundaries and healthy communication. Oh, Nikki, did you get on the list? Um, Hold on. I didn't see you get on the list, dear. Oh, sorry, you got the highest gifter. Excellent. Nikki, I am short on time this evening, so would it be possible? I'm going to be on at our standard time tomorrow. Can you be the first person on the list tomorrow for the dream? Yeah, Fig, the thing I saw with Cora, sorry, the thing I saw with the counterpart was somebody who's like, I told you, like somebody going through it with the Ren energy, like no price is too high to move away from something that doesn't serve them, is what I kept on seeing. Yep. Thank you. It definitely is falling into place with other counterpart reads. This feels deep. Oh, they're being dramatic. Anniversary. Yeah, my friend's birthday, which is the motive for our travels, but no anniversary. Okay, thank you. My counterparts going through no, they were. Yeah. I'm feeling like a potential jealous energy. Yeah, my spirit team's always there for me. I feel very much supported by them. Yes, or I tried to, I guess. I tried to be clear, but they said I'm very resistant. I just like, I feel like it was a bit, um, what? Yeah, like that is a wild thing for someone to say. Like that is a wild, like that is a wild thing for someone to say. Sending and if it's any consolation, nothing I've read for is giving indications of that. Yeah, sending you so much support on that, dear. Excellent. And I need to stress this, and this even goes with my readings. If something that a reader gives you does not sit true for you, that's okay. Like that, like I will always affirm this. If something that you receive from a reader does not sit true for you, and that includes me, like you trust your instinct, right? Like I gotta stress this always. Like you trust your energetic instinct on them. Okay. I just wrote it. Yeah, I'm so sorry, dear. I have a hard stop because I've got to jump into another meeting. But I'll be back on tomorrow. And you'll be the first person we read for. You're so welcome, dear. I know, I appreciate that, Nikki. Thank you for that. I'll include extra cards as well. Exactly, like something telling you a painter to stop relying on their creativity outlet. Again, I'm sending you, so I mean that firmly. Like, and I'm going to tell you right now, any good reader is going to say the same. Like if we tell you something that does not feel like it's serving your higher self, and like again, a good reader will talk you through it if there's a disambiguation that needs to be required. But you always like you know, this is what we talk about with being able to find confirmation in things. And again, I'm very sad to hear that you had a bad experience with someone. My friends, we have reached the conclusion of tonight's reads. If you missed the daily collective, it will be up later today. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you, got goldfish. All right. Before we end tonight, we will be doing the 50K. Sorry. I am thinking of a number right now between 1 and 37. First person I see that gets the number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys post them. Whoop, I saw it. Hold on. Bridget, congratulations, dear. Well done. You got it. All right. And thank you guys so much. All right, friends. As I mentioned, we've reached the conclusion of the reads for tonight. I will be back on tomorrow at our standard time, so I should be back on tomorrow at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to get on the list for tomorrow, you'll be the second person read for. If you get on the list tonight, you'll have an additional card tomorrow. If you just became a super fan tonight, welcome. I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber-only Disco channel, introduce yourself to the collective, and there you'll also find a special coupon code that will give you an additional discount to our tarot class subscription program. Our next class will be held next week on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Thank you so much for being for supporting me in this work, and the biggest thank you to my mods. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.